Hi everybody, and welcome back to Lisa's Virtual Kitchen. And today we are going to be making a Valentine's Day Swiss roll. So let's get started. I am right now getting ready to make a meringue. I do have 4 egg whites in this bowl and a quarter cup of sugar. But right now I'm going to go ahead and get started on the meringue, and when it starts to get foamy, I will add the sugar in. This is the kind of peaks you want for this cake. So nice, not too stiff, but firm enough. Now that the meringue is whipped up, we made the meringue because that is what this recipe is called for. It's a folding method for your batter. And I will show you that in just a bit. So right now though, we're going to go ahead and mix together our 4 egg yolks. To hang on for dear life in the bowl. And we have a half a cup of sugar. And we have a quarter teaspoon of salt. And we have 2 teaspoons of vanilla. I'm going to take that over to my mixer and we will get this creamed up. Okay, now we're getting ready to cream the egg yolks and the sugar mixture. I know I just creamed everything together, but I forgot the oil. We can't forget the oil. All right, back to the mixer. Okay, now that everything is mixed together, we're going to put the rest of our ingredients in the bowl. So now I'm going to add in the flour, which is half a cup, and we want to sift it, just make sure there's no lumps, along with the quarter cup of cocoa and the half a teaspoon of baking powder. We're going to sift that. As I'm breathing in some cocoa dust. Now we're going to head back over to the mixer. Now that we got our batter all mixed up, we're going to add our egg whites, and we're going to do the folding method. So I'm going to add, not all of it, but about a third of it initially, and we're going to fold. So we're going to get a fold to where you just cut through the egg whites and fold, and cut through and fold. We're going to do this until we don't see any more egg whites, and then we'll add the additional egg whites and do it again. I got it mostly all in there, so now I'm going to add the rest of my egg whites. And we will continue to fold them in. This makes for a really nice airy cake, and for us doing a Swiss roll, that is what we want. Alright, as you can see, there are no more egg whites. I got it all incorporated, and this is what you want to see. Nice creamy chocolate batter, and very airy. Okay, now that I have that all incorporated, we are going to put our batter onto a 12 by 17 baking sheet with parchment paper laid down, and I went ahead and sprayed it with cooking spray, and that's what you'll want to do. And you'll want to bake this at 350 degrees for about 12 to 15 minutes. Alright, next you want to take an offset spatula like this, and you'll just want to spread it out to the four corners. It's going to be a really thin cake. That's what you want, an airy thin cake for your Swiss roll. That is how we're going to get it to roll. Now make sure you don't have too much in the corners versus the middle. We gotta make sure it's all nice and even. Right there I was able to see parchment paper. So I need to make sure I got it all evened out. I think I got it pretty even. Okay, we are back, and here is the chocolate cake. It just came out of the oven. Next, I'm going to lay a towel down and sprinkle it with powdered sugar. Not powdered sugar, but cocoa powder, because it's a chocolate cake, so we don't want powdered sugar all over it. We want cocoa powder. That will prevent it from sticking to the towel. Then we're going to put the cake down on this towel, and we're going to roll it, and that way, and it'll cool that way. And I'll just show you when I'm doing it. Okay, so I'm going to put some cocoa powder in my sifter. And then we're going to sift some cocoa powder all over this towel. Generously. I figured this was the easiest way to get it spread out without having a lot of clumps everywhere. I'm just going to spread this out on my towel, and yes, it's going to get everywhere because you need it to get your cake out of the pan while it's hot for this to work. I'll get the entire thing covered because it's about the same size as the cake. Alright, I think this one's good enough. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to run my spatula around the edges so it will flip out nicely. Okay, this part can be scary because your pan's hot and everything, but you need to do this with confidence. And so here we go. 1, 2, 3. I told you cocoa powder was going to go everywhere. All right. to stick to my parchment paper. There you go. Alright. So next, we're going to roll the cake because while it's warm, you need to roll it, and you want to keep it rolled because it'll hold its memory of being rolled, so that prevents cracking. Alright, got our cake rolled, and now we're just going to let it sit and cool, and once it's cooled we'll come back and we will put the filling inside. Hi everybody, welcome back. Right now I'm getting ready to make the whipping cream that's going to be the filling for our Swiss roll, and I'm going to dye it pink for Valentine's Day. Here we go. You need 1.5 cups of heavy whipping cream, and you need a 1/4 cup of powdered sugar, and you need a teaspoon of vanilla. I'm just eyeballing it. And before I start whipping, I'm going to go ahead and add my food coloring. All that does. You want your whipping attachment. And I just got food coloring all over the top side of my mixer. Anyway. Okay. That was quick. This is what we want. We want it to be really stiff. And that's going to be our filling for the Swiss roll. Okay, so now I'm going to unroll my Swiss roll here. Alright, we're going to put our filling on here. Let's start with that. I only have a little bit left in my bowl, but let's start it up. And you want to spread it to all 4 corners. So what's everybody doing for Valentine's Day? Not sure what me and my hubby are doing yet. But we usually always go out to eat somewhere. Try and make sure it's nice and thin because you don't want it to like open out a whole lot when you're trying to roll it. But it's going to happen a little bit. Now I'm going to roll it back up. Where I said it was cracked, crack it a little bit more. Not because of we didn't do something right, it's because it was stuck to my parchment paper earlier. But at least that's going to be on the inside. Nobody will even know. It keeps cracking. rolled back up, and now we're going to let it cool a little bit more. I'm going to set it in the refrigerator for a little bit, and then we will come back to it and put our toppings on and do a taste test. Welcome back, everybody, and the Swiss roll is done and chilled. I just took it out of the refrigerator. So you do see a little bit of a crack right here. That it didn't actually crack. It was just, you know, when I was pulling that parchment paper off the edge, it kind of tore a little bit. And once I got the parchment paper off and I started rolling, it just kept on cracking. So I'm not happy about that, but oh well, it works. I'm gonna be putting ganache all over it and make it pretty anyway. So right now what I'm going to do before I put the ganache on, I am going to cut off the ends so we can see that show you the pretty swirl. There we go. Look at that pretty swirl. That is what I was looking for. So I already had some prepared ganache that I had froze from another recipe I did. So that's what I'm going to use for this. And I already had some buttercream that was in my freezers that I just colored pink today. And that's what I'm going to use for the pretty rosettes I'm going to put on top. So I'm going to put some ganache on the cake. Putting icing on a Swiss roll, you can do it in numbers of ways. You could use your piping bag with a tip and just put whatever design you want. Today I decided to just smooth on the ganache. I'm going to be piping on some flower, you know, like little rosettes on top. Got the ganache on, and I'm going to pipe on some rosettes. Now, how pretty is that? Well, thank you guys for joining me in this video today, and I hope you have a wonderful Valentine's Day coming up, and I hope you enjoy this recipe and hope you make it, because I know it's good. So, oh, you gotta do a taste test. I almost forgot. Alright, I'm going to take a slice out of this for the taste test. And voila! Look how pretty that is. And here we go. That is really good. It's light because of the whipped cream. Instead of frosting in the middle, you have the whipped cream, and so it makes the cake so airy and light, and the ganache is so chocolatey. This is really, really good. You should definitely make this recipe. So, alright, so thank you for joining me, and have a wonderful Valentine's Day, and I will see you. Oh, don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you want to see more videos like this, go ahead and hit the notification bell. And that way you will be notified when I upload another video. Thank you for joining, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!